These days, families come in all shapes and sizes. The traditional brood of mum, dad and a couple of kids is fast becoming a quaint stereotype. But the family you're about to meet is really pushing the envelope and raising a few hackles as well. Mel Keevers and Rosie Nolan are a lesbian couple. They're already raising a young daughter, and now they've welcomed quintuplets into the world. That's right, 5 more kids. But the little bubs were born far too early, and even surviving the next few months will be a challenge. And that's just the start of the tough road that lies ahead for them and their 2 mums.
Uterus is contracting quite nicely, actually.
Oh, all that pushing is making me feel a bit yucky.
Sorry.
It's that moment of joy every mother dreams of.
You'll feel a bit of stretching and pulling.
Oh.
But for Mel Keevers and her partner, Rosie Nolan, this is no ordinary birth.
It's number 1. Your first beautiful little baby out. And guess what number 1 is?
Girl. My God, I was like,
Boy. Is a little man.
Not only are they a same-sex couple, but they're about to become parents to 5 babies.
Let's see what the lucky dip's got for number 2.
And at 3 months premature, their tiny lives hang in the balance.
There we go. There we go. Here's number 2 riding a wave out. Oh, guess what we've got this time?
oh,
Number 2, boy.
It's hard because, you know, you're carrying 5.
There we go.
And at the end of it, you just hope, you know, because of the high risks involved, we don't know how many we're going to be left with.
It's an emotional thing that you're going through here. It's tremendously emotion-filled and there's a lot happening, you know?
Yeah.
It's understandable that you would feel that way.
Oh, don't cry, make me cry. We're not scared. We're not concerned, you know, what life will be like with 5. We're looking forward to it.
This is little Charlie, and he weighed just 870 grams when he was born. The average weight of a newborn is between 3 and 3.5 kilos. That's how small he is, and his brothers and sisters aren't much bigger. You know, I can't imagine having 1 baby in here, let alone 5 to worry about. It's a big test on any relationship, and that's before the girls even contemplate taking these little ones home. Before they do all that, they've all got to get a whole lot bigger and a whole lot stronger, and that means little Charlie, you've got to hang in there, don't you?
It'd be nice to bring them all into the park, though.
Yeah.
When they're old enough, when we can control them.
I first met Mel and Rosie 6 months ago when they'd just found out they were expecting twins. They've been together for 3 years since they met here in Brisbane. Rosie was backpacking around Australia and needed cheap transport. She answered an ad that led her to Mel's door.
I was looking for a motorbike at the time because that's what you do back home when you're travelling, and thought I'd get a motorbike, and Mel had one and thought I'd buy it, and then that was pretty much the end of it. I never even got a go, but yeah.
She got the girl instead.
Yeah, she didn't get the bike.
When did you fall in love?
Day 2.
Both were certain from the start they wanted a family.
We talked about it from day dot pretty much, you know. What do you want? And, you know, out of life in general. And I knew that I've always wanted a child.
Oh, look, here's some cheese.
Mel had the eggs. All they had to do was go shopping for a sperm donor, and Mel was artificially inseminated. The result, daughter Lily, who's now 18 months old. How did you decide who would carry a child?
Age before beauty, really. Mel's on a ticker.
Originally the plan was I would have Lily, the first one, and then Rosie would possibly have the second one. But turned out that I would have the second one and we won't be having any more.
Do you want one?
But things went so well with Lily, they decided to stick with a winning formula. Mel's eggs and the same donor, but this time a very different result. 5 babies, and unlike many multiple births, it wasn't IVF. How did you feel, Mel?
I was very shocked, you know, shocked and how the hell could this happen?
And everyone assumes it's IVF as soon as we tell them, and it wasn't. It was really all Mel's body, really. Freak of nature. Yeah, it really was.
Freak in a good way.
Absolutely, yeah.
This will be one of the last times you two are able to get out. Actually, you three. Actually, you 8. 27-year-old Mel and 22-year-old Rosie are used to harsh judgments towards their relationship and their choice to be parents. But they knew this unique birth would bring even more public scrutiny.
Billy, you going to throw the bread to the birdies?
There is an element of society that would look upon this as being a freak show.
I guess it's people's reactions to the fact that we are a same-sex couple.
You know, there are people that go further than that and say you should not be having
Yeah.
a baby without the father.
Yeah.
And that's their opinion. They're entitled to that.
I mean, we just look at Lily, you know, and anyone who looks at Lily can say she's a bit all right. You know, we're doing something right.
What about it's just not natural?
Well, it's not, is it? It's not.
Good answer.
Well, you know.
Bit of gel on your tongue.
Whether you believe it's natural or not, it's certainly rare. The chance of quintuplets occurring is normally about 1 in 65 million.
Yeah, 6 girls will be interesting.
As part of insemination, Mel did receive a drug to encourage ovulation. But no one, not even her doctor, Glenn Gardner, a multiple birth veteran, expected quins.
Well, certainly it's rare. It is exceedingly rare. I was a bit daunted by the fact that I was going to be delivering 5 babies.
We need to check they've all got active heartbeats. There's 1 heartbeat.
And while everything is looking good at 11 weeks, it could all go wrong at any moment.
3rd heartbeat.
Statistics show the more babies, the bigger the risk.
5th heartbeat, all ticking along very nicely. That's great.
Oh, it is every time we come in. We just go, give us the heartbeats. Yeah.
The information we have, as you can imagine, on patients with 5 babies is actually pretty limited. But a quarter of them will not survive, and a third of them that survive will have some type of disability, and that could be severe, like cerebral palsy. It could be, you know, hearing or visual problems.
Mel and Rosie were made fully aware of the risks and in the early days of pregnancy were offered what's called selective reduction, removing a number of fetuses to give the rest a better chance. There is a lot of risk, risk.
And we thought about it, and there was so many conversations and tears and, you know, how could we do this? If we did this, what would happen? You know, because it's not just we'll just get rid of 1 or 2. It's a potentially you could actually damage the whole lot and miscarry them all. So
People have said you're selfish to go ahead with it, but, you know, selective reduction in our eyes is another word for termination.
So they were determined to keep 5. A family of 3 will become a small tribe.
I wonder if we're going to fit all 6 of you in here, Lily.
But caring for Lily can be challenging enough. You wonder if the girls have truly considered the realities of bathing, feeding, and clothing 6 littlies. Not to mention the expense of it all on the modest wage Rosie earns working at a call centre. Can you afford it?
You know, you make it work. We've always, even with Lily, we put her first. I'm the breadwinner, if you like, and, you know, Mel has a huge role of carrying the babies and looking after them, and I have the role of finding the dough.
Day in the life when the bubs are born.
Oh, God.
Think about it. 1, 2, 5 lots of breastfeeding, 5 lots of nappy changes,
I think I might need to grab another trolley.
5 lots of play, 5 lots of going in the car and baby seats, 5 lots of prams. Do you want me to go
I
on?
was just going to say,
Stop
really
it.
encouraging us here. Yeah.
We'll give you a call.
$250 a week
Wow.
just in nappies. My shout for lunch.
Yeah.
It was crucial to keep the babies inside Mel for as long as possible. But at 22 weeks, near disaster, Mel showed signs of early labour.
I really thought at that point there was a high risk we were going to lose the lot.
After surgery to ensure the babies stayed put, Mel remained at the Mater Mothers Hospital for the rest of the pregnancy. 4.5 weeks later, And this time, there was no stopping them. Mel underwent an emergency caesarean.
Number 3 is out. And
Has to be a girl, Doc. Come on.
it is. Hello. Hello. Dry her little face off there. There we go.
In just 5 very action-packed minutes,
Number 4's coming head first.
it's all over, and Mel meets the last and latest member of the family.
Ah, this one's very high.
I feel empty already.
And it's a little lady. There we go. Hello. Oh. I'm satisfied there are no more.
Thank God.
Okay.
Oh, far out.
3 girls and 2 boys. They're tiny. All weigh less than a kilo, and all are in intensive care.
This is number 1, the little boy.
Yeah. Such little miracles.
Such good sizes.
Yeah.
You're right. Let's find a tissue.
Oh, it's a bit dark.
It was very emotional. You've seen preemie babies, but when it's, you know, your own, you've just had them, and I guess it's such an instant realisation of how fragile they really are.
So beautiful.
I'm gonna love getting there.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I'll get a few seats.
Yeah. Hey. Good.
Good to see
How
you.
are you? Thank you.
No.
Mwah. Wow. I come bearing gifts.
Thank you.
you.
They're cute.
5.
5 of them. Yeah.
Flowers
you.
for you too.
Oh, thank you so much.
On day 3, I'm allowed into intensive care to meet these precious little miracles. Noah, Charlie, Abby, Evie, and Erin.
Do you mind if I do that?
No, God, it's okay.
Hello, Noah. Oh, man. That's tiny. How are they going? Is everything okay?
It's a hard question to answer, really. They can change at an hourly rate, you know. They'll be fine, and then something might happen, and the next hour it'll pick up again. So it's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
To sit there and talk about everything that can go wrong and everything, and every little glitch that has happened related to their prematurity would take a long time.
Those little glitches include Abby suffering a bleed on the brain, Erin and Abby both battling infections, Noah and Evie having trouble breathing, and Charlie struggling to feed. And it may be a couple of years before any major developmental problems show up. It might sound terrifying, but it's all par for the course for severely premature babies.
I think the prognosis is very good that both Melissa and Rosie will take 5 babies home. I can't say that with 100% certainty because they still are in a very intensive care environment requiring a lot of support, and anything can happen. But I'm quietly confident.
She's really awake and alert and ready for a cuddle. Ready for cuddles.
It will be a few more months before any of the babies are strong enough to go home. So for now, Mel and Rosie are going to have to make the most of these occasional precious cuddles.
Close to you, like as if you love her. Like you would a normal baby.
I love her very much.
What do you hope for your children?
Everything that anyone else would, I guess, you know. That they're successful and are healthy.
They're
and
healthy, yeah.
Yeah, and just are happy. I think that's all it
Very
comes down
much
to
so.
is once they're happy, we're happy. But we know that we have a job to do to make sure that they are happy.
So hi, Charlie.
We've done everything that we can for them, and
Give him the best start to
Yeah.
life, really. Oh, you hold his hand.
And you two are in it for the long haul together?
Yeah.
no choice now.
Hello, I'm Liz Hayes. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9 Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.